transgression is at the bottom of the sea. Go swimming for it if you wish. Every one of my sin has been washed away. His banner is over me. Yeah. Kindly keep your limitations. Don't tell me how far to go. Cause I'm living under open heavens and I'm walking through open doors. Somebody declare you are for me. That is all I need to know. Everything my body plays, God is for me. That is all they need to know. Somebody walk around with me and die. I have no need to beg. I'm a child of the Most High. Sleep peacefully when I close eyes. That is a different language, my brother. Come on, sing it out, yeah. For me, for me, oh, you are for me. I rest my head on your shoulder. All my worry is over. Jesus, you're the restorer. My cup is running over. Head on your shoulder. All my worry is over. Jesus, you're the restorer. My cup is running over. So now you walk around with me and die. I have no need to beg. I'm a child of the Most High. Sleep peacefully when I, yes, I will walk around with me and die. I have no need to beg. I'm a child of the Most High. So we go. You are for me. That is what I need to know. Yeah. God is for me. That is what I need to know. If I got it for me is fine. Your favor is forever done. Lord.
Who here got the rock? Bring it. Come and pull me some. Bring it. The body inside. Bring it. Come give me a wine. Bring it. Which team got the vibe? Bring it. Living your best life. Bring it. Who pelting good ways? Bring it. Come give me a taste. If the music pumping, we wind up on something. Can't tell me nothing. Bring the set, we coming. Dirty. Them can't take it from me. Waistline feeling lucky. Bring the set, we coming. I belong in a party. Walking on the party over. Up in a party all night. Boxing a bumper for fight. Spend all my money just to rock it back and then roll it. Up in a party all night. Rock back and roll it all night. Spend all my money just to rock it back and then roll it. We don't care and we not go waste no time with it. So position it in time with your sweet flex body. Oh yeah, I'm getting a touchy feeling. Yeah,
Let's go. We have something special here. Very special here. Something special here. We have something special here. Very special here. Something special here. See when I tell you, no doubt. See when I tell you, no doubt. See when I tell you, no doubt. Very special, no doubt. See when I tell you, no doubt. See when I tell you, no doubt.
You think I vex, cause you inside the party. Whining on your new man, dancing on your new man. You think I vex, cause you inside the party. Flexing with your new man. But I have a new girl. And guess what? She prettier than you, prettier than you, sexier than you, girl. Guess what? She prettier than you, prettier than you, sexier than you, girl.
Don't care about what they say. Just rest it down in the past. Keep going away. Can't stress about that. I'm booking a solo flight. Don't give me nobody pass. See if you don't like my style, I
my feet on the ground. Oh yeah. From the earth, if you listen, you can hear there's a sound, sweet sound. And it moves me, yes, it shakes me to my core. What I'm feeling is a blessing, I am sure. Touch the ground. Don't you know this is where we are from? Come here, dance to the feeling. Touch it from the side is a healing. Come here, dance to the feeling. Touch it from the side is a healing. Come here, na 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 na
Your waistline impressive, movement expressive. I wonder how you move it so. Burning desire, you set me on fire. When I see that bumper start to roll, so baby, come back. On your mark, we on the track. Action, no chat. Position at your back. I know that wait's not easy, but I ready to ride on this.
And some moves for that melody day. Hey, you try hold me down from moving. Almighty Father pull me back. Try hold me down from moving. Green light we going, no we can't stop. Hey, finally we find a way. Find a way to party again. Find a way. Oh, oh, yeah. Finally we find a way. Hey, find a way to play mass again. Find a way. Oh, find a way. We find a way to party again. We find a way. We find a way to jump out again. We find a way. We find a way to party again. We find a way. The action start in Miami.
You know, your timing. How can you be a DJ with such horrible timing?
I don't know, man.
You're just horrible.
I mean, I just come with. I just asking stuff from out of the blue, in the middle of the blue.
And want to answer? No. Want to answer? No, not. Why you not answering me? Well, you hear I say you're not answering. Like,
it's so true, but it's
like Lyma, wait. Oh God, give me a minute.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. How are you?
Hello.
That is such a perfect description. That's why I'm laughing so much. This is the People's Chat Room, and we are live on iTunes Radio.
Yeah,
how you guys doing?
See, they already block us on Facebook, so just go straight to the website. You know.
Or the YouTube channel. I tell you.
Just go there.
Okay.
I know we on Facebook because I know all you like it, but just go to the website. Just go to the website.
Us doing Facebook is just I don't know. Well, yeah.
We'll go to the
so
website.
I want to say hi to Olade Banks. Hello, family. Mr. Stephen Charles. Tricky Finger. Yeah, man. I know all you're heading to London pretty soon. Hey, Tricky, I told Mike I need some really good photos so we could put it in the October issue, okay?
Wait. You actually assigned Tricky.
Yeah, I was told that Tricky is the one that has take all the photos. So.
That's what Mike tell you.
Yeah. So Tricky, we need
you.
some popping photos for the October issue. Okay.
I want to see this because when I get Tricky this assignment.
Yes, the assignment. Mr. Shalford Trotman, my old schoolmate, how you doing, my brother? I know you're here in Florida now. He relocated from Chicago.
Who's this?
Shelfa Trotman. You know I went to school with everybody in Trinidad and Tobago.
South.
Yeah, everybody. Want to thank our guest from last week, Mr. Kasey Phillps of Precision Productions. Listen, if you didn't tune in live, you missed a damn good conversation. However, you can always go and listen to the YouTube, our YouTube channel where it is archived. It was a very, very good conversation.
Oh my God.
Okay. And I gotta update the podcast because I'm way behind on updating the podcast. So it's coming soon. Give me at least a week.
It was, no disrespect to all the other guests and the thousands that we have had, but the one with Kasey was. It was definitely the best.
Mm-hmm.
He gave some brilliant insight
to why soca is not. Why, in his opinion, why soca is not on the level as reggae, and
or even Afrobeats.
Afrobeats. And I mean, we've, as I said to Kasey on the show, we've asked a lot of our guests, particularly, of course, soca artists, why is it that soca doesn't, is not where it's supposed to be when you juxtapose it with reggae. And you know what? I'm not going to tell you what he said. Go listen to the show on YouTube channel. Channel.
This I'm not. I go throw you on the bus. I normally don't. I don't.
You're gonna throw me under the bus.
Normally when I throw you.
Why you throwing me under the bus?
Normally when I throw you under the bus, I throw you under the bus when you're muted, right?
You're not gonna mute it.
I'm not gonna mute it.
Why? Don't do me that.
No, it's not gonna be bad, but it's.
Hey, Tricky, I want to make sure that I know you're gonna throw me under the bus, but I want everybody to hear you. Once you throw me under the bus, so just checking to make sure all our levels are. Why are you gonna throw me under the bus?
No, but okay.
Damn.
Just hear me out about that. What I am going to be doing, and this is.
The Carrie, what you laughing at?
Yes.
What you laughing at? Miss
Daniel.
Jacqueline Hernandez, good morning. Thanks for tuning in on our Facebook Live. Remember, we are also live on our new website that was created by Victorious, powered by iTunes Radio. So, I mean, you don't need to listen to us on the Facebook stream, or look at us on the Facebook
I'm
stream.
bring Kevin in for this.
No!
I had to bring Kevin in for this.
You bringing in backup to throw me under the bus? But what the jail is this?
I had to bring Kevin into this.
No, that ain't right.
No, all right.
That ain't right.
Kevin, no,
if you want to throw me under the bus, do it all by your own lonesome.
No, I don't need help. I just want reinforcements.
What? Okay, let me tell you something. Kevin will be politically correct and he ain't gonna say nothing. I already know.
Right.
Oh, go ahead. What you gonna say? Kevin,
morning.
He said he looking for reinforcement. And I am cautioning you. Say nothing, just listening. He going and throw me under the bus. Now tell us, why you doing that? What you gonna say?
All right. So normally what you've asked artists to, soca artists who want to have a bigger reach, to sing something in a different language. No. You know why?
Why?
Because we want our music to be out there.
But it's gonna be the same rhythm,
No,
soca beat.
No.
Okay, all right.
Because you complain about Afrobeats doing the same thing.
Kevin, you disagree with him or you agree? No, don't stay out of this conversation. Just listen. Just smilingly listen.
What time is it?
So all right, no. So I'm. So we may all joke and thing, but you know what? We're talking about uplifting our music, our genre, which is soca, and that is what we're here to do, and that is what we're going to continue to do. So, with that being said, yes, I would like to see the artists grow, but grow with our music.
But they're growing with, we're not changing the rhythm. We're keeping the soca beat. You're just changing it.
Can I throw this in there though?
Yeah.
So, you ever heard hip hop in German? You ever heard hip hop in Arabic? You ever heard hip hop in Swahili?
Yes.
You ever had?
It's still
so hip hop is transcended throughout the world. The beats don't change.
Thank you.
The lyrics sometimes will change, but the accent might change.
All right.
Because it's just like they take hip hop and they take it to Trinidad, and you have Trini trap music now.
Right.
Yeah,
There's trap music in Trinidad.
But Lyma doesn't
and the same thing with Afrobeats.
But Lyma doesn't like. But you don't like Afrobeats. Because you don't like the Trini version of Afrobeats because
why you saying that?
I don't dig the Trini version of Afrobeats.
I never said that. I simply said that Afrobeats is tracking faster than soca, and then they're bringing it to Trinidad, or Trinidad has its own manufactured version of it, and they seem to be focusing more on that. But then I'm thinking also they did the same thing with reggae, so now they're just switching to Afrobeats.
To be honest with you, Afrobeat ain't new though. I mean, if you really think about it, it's the world beat really has extended from Africa. All music comes from Africa.
True that.
All sound has come from Africa. All rhythm has come from Africa. That's my feeling. I mean, all of that stuff has come from Africa, so I think it's just going back to Africa in a 2020, 2022 version. But I think it's all from there.
I was just simply saying
I might
that
be ignorant,
soca.
but-
No,
No,
you're on point. You're on point.
No.
I was just simply saying we need to do a whole lot more with soca, and Kasey had the perfect response to that. I'm not going to repeat it. I want people to go to the YouTube channel and check it out.
Watch the show.
But you know what? You said something there, and you wouldn't believe where my mind went to. My mind went to Elvis Presley, who took everything that was black from Johnny, I can't remember the man's last name, Johnny whatever, down to the movement and everything. He stole it from that man and applied it to him like if he was the originator of it, and he was not. It all came from Johnny, whatever his name is. I mean, when you look at them old videos of that man Johnny, Elvis took every damn thing, bro. Everything. Everything. But that's what it does to the teeth.
I mean, it happens, those are things, and I for me, honestly, I'm not really surprised a lot of times when we have the discussions about how music has changed and evolving, and I'm like, man, I think we really had a lot of this music way before. I mean, just think about the shack and the chick. I mean, you hear all of that in like digital music now. You hear all of those different jump beats and all of those you even hear pan music in electrical music today.
They're taking
so I think they take it and they really
take it, but give the credit where it's due. That's it.
Yeah.
So we covered a couple different subjects there. So now let's go into real estate and finance. Good morning, Mr. Kevin Amoroso, our contributor. You missed out on a good show last week. How could time have run away with you? I understand.
Lima, I've been working my tail off recently, man. We've been, you see how everything has been going on in the market. I'm pretty sure you guys, I don't think anybody's not touched right now about how the world economy is going on right now. I did a really funny post the other day, and I knew somebody. You ever seen the little sticker with Joe Biden when he says, "I did that"?
Yeah.
It was posted up next to the dollar amount of how much you're paying for gas. There's a little sticker that says, "I did that," pointing like that.
But you know,
and it's a Joe Biden sticker.
Oh, by the way, we need to give Biden props because he made Juneteenth a federal holiday.
But let's look.
I'm just saying.
Are they blaming Biden for the gas when he has nothing to do with the gas prices?
But you didn't blame. Okay, I can't remember.
I just thought it was funny, but I'm just saying. But I'm saying that I think the where we kind of get lost in all of this, and people, I've been talking to my agents about this all week, right? People talking about high interest rates and the world is coming to an end and all of this nonsense, right? And I tell people this, man, focus on what you've been focusing on consistently, please. Just don't really worry about that fluff. That stuff is going to work itself out. Right? Because if it is that you're not a millionaire yet and you don't have to pay those exuberant taxes at the end of the year, I want you to just think about the mere fact that you can really be humble in where you are right now. Right? As long as you have, listen, it may be getting a little harder because here's what's happening. The Fed is literally taking money out of circulation. That's all that's happening. Right? When they're raising these interest rates, right? All they're doing when the market starts to fluctuate like that, all they're doing is pulling liquid money. Remember a couple months ago, Lima, we were talking about there's so much money in the economy, with the wall kind of thing, we were dancing.
We
right?
I remember that
now the Fed is literally pulling money back, right? They're pulling money back because we got these wars going on. They got to pay for certain things, right? All this money that they sent out, they need to start pulling it back in now. So for common folk like me and you, all we got to do, Lima, we got to be resourceful. We really got to be resourceful. We got to pay attention to where we're spending our money.
You're right about that. And I remember this past week here, I had a conversation with my financial advisor. And as with everybody, you're losing money in the markets. And he keeps saying over and over, but the markets will rebound. The markets will rebound.
Yeah, and this is the time to buy if you could.
This is a sale.
This is a sale.
This is a sale.
It is a sale.
It's a sale.
Yeah, if you have a little extra, I go from before when I was spending $10 a week to buy things, I would go now spend $5 a week to buy things.
Best time is to buy.
Right?
I've
Yeah.
never. I've bought Google stock, and Google is going to split in August. Buy before it's split. By the way,
Listen, like we used to go to the grocery. We used to go to the
But
grocery
Amazon
every week.
split. I'm sorry.
Amazon split about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they split.
First time in
Right,
23
and there was a
years.
whole like, oh my god. What the
So
hell?
he put it in mutual funds that has Amazon in it. So I'm just
I mean, there's so many different things that are going on, but the message that I wanted to get out today more than anything else, Lyma, even though the interest rates right now might be at 5.9%, they might be at 5. Hi, Michelle. How you doing?
we trying to pay attention, and but she walked into the room.
Hey, wait. She's like, hey.
Sorry. Sorry.
Like,
sorry.
Jesso.
Wait.
Like, whoa.
Wait. I want to cut.
I like how you say that, Jesso.
Just wait. I know, but like, wait.
Cracked me up. Oh my
Alright,
goodness.
alright.
Okay, we
Yeah, but
focus.
check it.
We
Interest
focus.
rates right now were like 5.9, 5.8%. You know, they're getting really high, 6s, 7s. You know, people are having to buy them points. The crazy thing is prices on homes aren't going to go down. We're not going to be going through some kind of crazy crash where people going to be losing their homes. That's not going to happen. Mortgage companies and lenders have taken measures to make sure that doesn't happen again. You might find a couple foreclosures coming on, onesie, twosies, but nothing like before.
My concern, as I think I said to you some weeks ago, is home insurance. They need to regulate that shit. They really need to regulate that. DeSantis need to do his job. Him and the Florida legislation. Do your job.
Stop worrying about Disney and don't say
Yeah,
gay.
stop worrying about Disney. Stop getting all up in
Well,
Disney's business.
Hold on. You got to worry about Disney. Disney is like the number one. It's like his number one generator of tax revenue.
Well, you ain't see they say that with the backing off on bringing 2,000 jobs to Florida.
Yes,
because they ain't saying that it's because of DeSantis, but we know it's because of DeSantis.
Yes.
Yeah, it's listen, man, and it's just because
such a
of
jackass.
Yeah, but then again,
He just playing at being a baby Trump.
We kind of crowded in Florida. You see,
it is ridiculously crowded in Florida. It is ridiculously. Florida is getting big. Listen, we are growing by leaps and bounds. Yes. Leaps and bounds. We are growing.
It's getting to be an expensive state to live in for a lot of people.
It really and truly has.
That thought coming down here would be a breeze, but no, it's getting to be expensive.
$7 is the new $5.
That's true. Hey, that's true.
Yeah.
$7 is the new $5. You can't
remember
get a
when you
meal
could
and a drink.
eat on $5?
When you what? When it could what?
You could eat good with $5.
Yes.
Yeah, Wendy's used to have a deal, even though I never bought it.
You
but
eat good
you
with
know.
$5.
It's good on $5. No, they're watching it like, what is this getting it? Well, with the rest of the money. No.
Now you got to think about paying for gas.
Listen, I remember when I was in Trinidad. That I could get $1 water, 3 doubles, and probably some coconut water.
For $5.
And I still have change.
And you have change.
In Trinidad for $5.
Yeah. No, you get them a blue.
Yeah.
No, you gotta get them a blue. No, you gotta get them a 20. Get them a 20. You get them
Yeah,
change.
you get them that $20. You get them a $20.
All of that we just said is like $15, no?
You're right.
$15,
now,
$20.
Yeah, now it's probably like
they keep
like
in that.
$25.
They keep in that. They ain't getting it back there. They keep in that.
But listen, I don't want people to get scared about the inflation though.
Yeah.
They're like, we really shouldn't be getting scared about the inflation. We really shouldn't. I mean, things might be a little tight. It might get a little tight for a little while, but that should literally help us teach ourselves or discipline ourselves to save better and spend better. You know, all the different Netflix accounts that you have, all the different subscriptions that you don't use, pull it back a little bit. This week I pulled back on 2 subscriptions this week.
Which
and
2
saved me
subscriptions?
$75. Yeah, I'm trying to save $75 extra month.
Well, I know Z. I want to know which 2 subscriptions. Which 2 subscriptions? I know Z.
So StreamYard, I had StreamYard that I wasn't using, and then my Trello board. I had 2 Trello boards. So I just pulled back on one Trello board, and I pulled back on StreamYard. And I'm about to actually stop the Apple subscription to like I have a $29 Apple subscription that I really just shouldn't be using. Yeah, I'll get rid of that too. But all those little stupid subscriptions that you don't use or you probably use once in a blue moon,
They do add
get
up.
rid of it for a little while.
They do add up. You're right.
Yeah, get rid of it for a little while. It really doesn't make sense, and then it adds up. It really does add up.
I've been trying to get
You
rid
know
of
what I
my
mean?
cable and can't. I got my cable down. I got my cable down to about less than $50 less because I'm
Wow.
not costs. But I like local news. I like just the ability just to tune on the TV. And
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
that
I do
and still have Netflix and still have Amazon. Still have
Mm-hmm.
Stars and
You have all of that? You don't need stars.
No,
You got Netflix.
Stars for the wife. No, Mr. Noel, I will call you soon as I finish. Why Noel calling me now? No, I'll call you as soon as I finish.
Oh,
Hey man,
Lord.
it was good talking to you guys.
As
You
always.
guys
Yeah,
have fun.
man. Yeah, man.
As
Don't drink
always.
and drive.
Don't drive and drink.
Do not
So-
drink and drive.
So we seen you
This is
next week
not-
Saturday, right?
Next week Saturday.
What's next week, Saturday?
Yeah.
Next week
Well,
Saturday.
you know, yeah.
Hey, in
yeah,
that
yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
when is
We have 2 open houses next week, but yeah.
wait, in that next week
next week
Saturday is the 25th, right?
Yeah, what's going on?
That's my birthday.
That's your birthday?
That's your birthday?
Oh, happy
That's my
Father's Day to
birthday.
Sean.
Yeah, you
Happy
too,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Happy
yeah,
Father's
yeah.
Day to
Happy
you.
Father's Day, guys. Happy
Happy Father's
Father's
Day
Day.
to you.
Yep,
to you.
the
all the
18th
fathers.
the 18th
Mhm.
most celebrated holiday in the world is Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Halloween is number 6, which is crazy. Right? Mother's Day is number 2 right after Christmas, which is all right. Father's Day is number 18
on the list.
So you got 17 holidays. Let's put it 16 holidays
in front of
that
us.
make more sense than Father's Day, which is crazy.
You know what I like?
This is funny.
You know what I like about Father's Day? On Mother's Day, you get taken to dinner. They get candles. They get jewelry. They get Pandora bracelets. You know what Father's Day gets? A grill to go cook the same food. Yeah, that is.
Crazy. And then
Don't
it
you
is
guys feel the love?
I do.
number
hilarious,
18
though.
on the most celebrated. Number 18.
We keep talking and then going on.
That's crazy. We're not even in the top 10. Number 18,
happy-
Father's Day.
Happy Father's
Which
Day
comes
to you,
first,
man.
the chicken or the egg?
But I ain't gonna lie though.
That was hilarious, Kay.
It's going to be a special one for me tomorrow because
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
have
a grandpa.
I'm
Grandpa D.
gonna have my first granddaughter and my first goddaughter tomorrow is gonna be coming over, so I'm gonna be in my glee tomorrow.
Kevin, you got a long ways to go before you get any grandchildren. Do you have any
Well-
from your older kids?
Natalie's son has 2 kids.
2 kids? Okay.
He has 2 boys.
So you're a
yeah,
grandpa.
so I'm a step grand.
You're a grandpa.
Yeah. See,
Well, yeah. And I
I got some gray hair. I got some gray hair underneath here.
I got one or two here too.
And I got
Yeah,
three
just I got a little bit.
three sons, and I don't have any grandchildren yet.
No.
No. My eldest is 31.
Hey,
the
do like
twins
them. Listen,
gonna
you
be
know, there's an
29.
Indian couple actually suing their son because they haven't gotten a grandchild from him as yet.
Maybe I need to sue my sons.
They are suing their son.
They're soon. Is there an Asian couple?
No, an Indian couple.
Oh, Indian- okay, okay,
Indian
okay,
couple.
okay.
Is
sues
he
their son.
married
Check it out.
anyway or not?
That is
Him-
crazy.
You don't know. You don't know the full detail of that story.
But then
if he's
again,
married. Well, anyhow, let them follow through with the
Let them follow
lawsuit.
through. Yeah, go ahead. I'll keep that. I'll keep that energy.
Keep it.
Hey,
Keep
Eva
that
Marie.
energy.
Well,
You
you know
guys
what?
take
I don't
care,
mind
man.
waiting another 2 years before I get my first grandchild. Kay, you have a blessed weekend.
Same to you,
Please give
man.
Natalie my
I
love.
will.
Okay?
You guys have fun.
We will. We try.
Listen, before I go, I want to listen. I want to thank you guys for consistently doing great work and putting it out there. Like I when I tell people to Google my name now, the people's chat room comes up with the videos a ton, right?
Really?
So you guys are helping amazingly. So I want to say thank you for that. I want to say thank you for the people who listened because Lyma, after 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call from someone that were actually helping, with a mortgage. Natalie's, she's reached out after she heard our show.
Oh, really?
So I want to say thank you for that. So,
Nice.
the people who are listening, thank you guys for calling, right? Thank you for giving us the opportunity to help. And if you can't take the help that we want to give, and you know somebody who will accept it, pass it on, because we want to make sure that we're helping people overcome that barrier of like, no, I'm just gonna rent and I don't want to own. Like, owning feels good. It feels good when you can walk outside and be like, get off my grass, please. You can do stuff like that.
I just tell them, pick up your dog poop.
Take up that dog poop from there, please. Like,
if you have a dog,
like,
wait.
be responsible. Pick up the poop.
I said either one of the things. Either kick you, the dog, or the shit towards you. One of those three will happen.
Listen, it's a great feeling. We shouldn't just want to own property back in the islands, but we should want to own property here as well, because this is where, we have our families. This is where our kids are growing. To show
This is home.
grandkids now. So it's like,
This is home.
we should take the opportunity now to plant those roots so that the future that's coming, they will be well invested.
Correct.
So that's all I got.
Words of wisdom. Have a
you,
blessed
man.
one,
Guys,
okay?
take care, man.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah. Mr. Kevin Amoroso, he's not just a realtor. He's a man that always has such really good advice, financial advice. Yeah,
He put
and
the
we've
real
been
in our
buddies for
realtor.
how long? A long time.
Yeah,
long
quite a
time.
while,
You know. So, again, please give him a call at 407-780-3338. Okay, you will not regret it.
Correct.
Not regret it. So we're going to have some music, and then we're going to make room for our congressional candidate, Miss Natalie Jackson. And I'm going to read a little bit of her bio. After some music, y'all can hear how phenomenal this woman is.
I said don't, don't try to diss me, girl. You're not the only one in this world. I have my rights to pick and choose. Don't believe I have nothing to lose. You are the woman, I am the man. But you fail to understand that I'm not like the other guy you met. You break their heart and leave them to fret.
A gal man I run you down, gal, I don't feel your fault. Take him, gal, you no business. A gal man I run you down, gal, I don't feel your fault. Take him, gal. Watch this man. Take him, cause you're not afraid of no gal. Calamity day you have fat material. Me show take him, she can't touch your body. Take him because you're not afraid of me. Me show take him, cause your body not tired. Grab up the 10-ton where you have me shown. Man I run you down, gal, I know for your fault. Take him, gal, I know for your fault. A gal man I run you down, gal, I know for your fault. Take him, gal, I know for your fault.
Just because me no drive up no car. Because me no own not a yard. Because me dollars go abroad. Chick me the fish pussy want come anger me like dog. Just because me asleep on your yard. Say them they loving young girl a fraud. Listen Papa teach me I forget my reward. Me no want no pipe love. Me no want no pipe love. 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 I just want because me dollars go abroad. Because me no drive up no car. Because me no own not a yard. Because it must take me for further.
I was good, rather loving you, rather love you give to me. Cause once I was blinded, but now I can see.
Jack control the world dominion. Be the man one. Oh no, listen to the dance. Yeah, you mean? Me telling no boy, man, where them I go do? Me telling no boy, man, where them I go do? Yeah, me telling something, people. Who don't you remember? Oh, gave his only begotten son for you. That him son could have suffer. That will get forgiveness from the Almighty Father. But me say, whoa, man, where them I go do? Me say, who? Me ask where them I go do?
It's a cat sing. Come again. Magdalene, and the ending. Magdalene, it's a cat.
Oh, road boy can't live in
a tenement yard. Rude boy can't live in a tenement yard. I pay watch it, too much in farmer. Too much watch it, too much in farmer. But in farmer, rude boy mash your gun when you see them. In farmer, them we put you in a problem. In farmer, rude boy mash your gun when you see them. In farmer, them we put you in a problem.
Rudy don't fear, no boy, Rudy don't fear. All gangsta don't care, no boy, gangsta don't care. Get this. I say Rudy don't fear, no boy, Rudy don't fear. All gangsta don't care, no boy, gangsta don't care. What me tell them? See ya. What me say? So me say, how many morning gonna get up and pray? Thank Father God we see a shining day. Not one, everybody shout hip hooray. Every man want go for them own a way, but cool. Who know fi drop it, will leap and them attack, but some a false prophet. Them hold the blade, but we hold the angle. Somehow, good must conquer evil. So everybody look and listen. So the enemy and when shine and a glisten. Ready me ready, we go fight any battle. And I'm back. If no, not the devil.
The first time the youth come on New York, them tell him youth, you mustn't skylark. Learn your trade or go to school, and don't you turn yourself in a fool. But now him gone a Rikers Island, him never want go a Rikers Island.
Me, no like Rikers Island. Come no, me, no like Rikers Island. Come no, me, no like Rikers Island. Enough man been to Rikers Island now for the first time. And look on them sneakers, no one said that a mine. And a boy round a back and them a watch you behind. But if a boy try a thing, you know him a go get blind. And the man them in Rasta know them no kind. Every day I love her just a little bit more.
Hold up. I know that song. Yeah. Grew up on that.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Okay, all this dub. Okay, all right.
Okay, oh yeah.
So-
Adrian, they call it dubbing now.
For real though?
Yeah.
So what they calling it now?
Yeah, well, you call it dance or classics or
It's
90s.
dub.
It's dub.
It's dub.
It's
I
dub.
remember going to Princeton Senior Comprehensive, which is where I did
dub.
because back then we had the 5-year schools, and then we had the 3-year. You go to twos, then you go into 3. Or was it? No, 3, then you go into 2. So I kind of had a similar format like how we have middle school here into high school. So I passed for San Fernando East Junior Secondary School, and then I did my last 2 years at Princeton Senior Comprehensive. And I remember all that music from back in the day. We called it dub. So I need to let you all know that we've got a town hall meeting on Saturday, July 9th at the International Harvest Church of God, who actually, they feed the public every Wednesday from, I think, 12 to 4. Yeah, something like that, 12 to 4. And it's located at 2740 Old Winter Garden Road, Orlando, Florida, 32808. From 12 to 4, we will be doing the town hall. So we'll be actually doing our show from 12 to 2, and then the town hall will probably start around the last hour of the People's Chat Room. I met the pastor and his wife, and they're really cool people. So they're going to, of course, invite their church congregation to attend. So we're going to have Miss Cynthia Harris. She's running for Commissioner District 6. Dr. Karen Green, Congressional Candidate District 7. Melissa Myers, Maxwell Frost, Congressional Candidate District 10. Our guest today is Attorney Natalie Jackson, and she is Congressional District 10. We've got Nikki Mims McGee, Dr. Pam Powell, Randolph Bracey, who is currently the incumbent for District 10, Roberta Walton Johnson, Rosemary Deal, Sandra Fatme Hall, who was on the show last week, Saturday. She's a friend of the show. Sandra is just, fantastic people. And Mr. Tom Wells, who's making the drive from Ocala to come down to the town hall on July 9th. So I'm going to read the bio for Attorney Natalie Jackson. When I tell you about black excellence, that's this woman, right? That's this woman. An accomplished veteran, a small business owner, and a successful civil rights attorney. She was born and raised in Sanford, Florida, attended Lake Mary High, and at 18 years old enlisted in the U.S. Navy and earned an NROTC scholarship to Hampton University. After graduation, Natalie was commissioned as a naval intelligence officer in the Navy. She served as a Middle East analyst for an air wing assigned to the USS Roosevelt. Aboard that aircraft carrier, she was among the first group of women to serve on a Navy combat ship. She later went to Washington, D.C., where she worked at the Pentagon and was assigned to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. She has over 9 years of government service and is a Joint Service Achievement Medal recipient. After her military service, man, I tell you, we're talking about black excellence here. After her military service, she graduated from the University of Florida's Levin School of Law and opened a Central Florida law firm. She represents victims of police brutality and governmental abuse, and in many of her cases, Natalie has been able to overcome qualified immunity laws and get fundamental policing policy changes, like in the Tory Breedlove case. You remember that case?
Yes.
All right. Where she was able to help ban police from shooting into moving vehicles in Orange County, Florida. Another key accomplishment was Natalie winning a ruling for justice in the Pine Hills barbershop raids case, where she helped end cross-agency sting operations and protect black-owned businesses from disruptive illegal police raids in Orlando and across the state. Now, here's where she gets really interesting. I mean, as if she wasn't interested all along, right? Okay, you can't beat this, right? But you can. So Natalie is a frequent co-counsel to attorney Benjamin Crump and has worked with him on the Trayvon Martin case. Remember that case in Sanford, Florida? And remember, she's originally from Sanford, Florida. Michael Brown in Missouri, Andre Hill in Ohio, Robbie Tolan in Texas, and the Breonna Taylor case in Kentucky. She is also a frequent legal analyst on HLN, CNN, MSNBC, and Court TV. She is also a member of the National Bar Association, the NAACP Quality Florida, and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inc. She is the proud mother of a U.S. Navy JAG officer. Well, hello there. All right, I like that. And I saw inside here there was FAMU. Okay, yeah. Natalie's parents, Francis and Loman Oliver, are pastors, foster parents, civil rights activists, which is where you got that gene from, community organizers, and career public school educators. They are her biggest inspirations. Her military experience in the federal government and her legal experience fighting for everyday people is what separates her from the pack. It makes her the best choice for Florida's 10th Congressional District. We want you to visit her website at NatalieJacksonForCongress.com to donate and find out how you can help her represent your interests in Congress. I was about to say Miss Jackson, but then you told me to call you Natalie. So, Natalie, welcome to the People's Chat Room.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be on the People's Chat Room and to be on this call with you to share my vision and hopefully earn your listeners' vote. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Okay, so I want you to start in the conversation, start where you feel most comfortable.
Okay, I think I would feel most comfortable just to kind of give your listeners an overview of what the district is, because as you know, Governor DeSantis, and his puppet legislature has changed the districts. So what they did was they took out a lot of Black voters in West Orange County, and they added them to the Republican district with the villages. They also added in with
the villages.
Yeah, the villages.
Oh
yes,
my God, that's Lake County.
Yeah, in West Orange, and he added voters he expanded the district east, so we have more of East Orange County in it. Now, what that means is that the district is still a Democratic district. It's still Democratic leaning, and it's still a lot of Orange County, but it doesn't include Ocoee anymore. It doesn't include Apopka anymore. It doesn't include Windermere or Winter Garden anymore.
Well, so, here's my concern. I shouldn't, not just concerned, but I'm confused because what he did was illegal. And because I understand that, of course, all of this is constitutional law and you're a civil rights attorney, but isn't this illegal because there were already lines drawn? And what he did was redraw the lines. And then his puppet legislature went ahead with it.
Right. And so there are lawsuits on whether there will be lawsuits on whether or not it's illegal, but he did it 3 months before the election, 3 to 4 months before the election. So of course, lawsuits take time to go through the pipeline. And that's why they did it. That many Republican governors in Republican states, that's what they're doing to disenfranchise Black voters and to disenfranchise Democrats, really. Now, what is illegal is in Florida specifically is partisan gerrymandering, meaning that if he would have like made this district, which is a Democratic leading district, a Republican district, like added the villages and added other things, then there may be some debate or lawsuits over it, like there was in District 5, which was the district that stretched from Tallahassee to Jacksonville. So there were lawsuits in that district.
But he was slick with it.
Right, exactly. And that's what they've been. They've been slick with it. And guess what? That means we have to be slick with it. I mean, that's the bottom line, is that and slick, strategic, same word. We have to be strategic with what we're doing in politics. And that's one of the reasons that I'm running. I feel as though we lack a strategy. And one of the things that I would like to do is incorporate a long-term strategy, a plan that is transparent, that people will know about and what I'm running about. And it's on my platform, it's on my website. You can go view the plan. I have a plan for housing. I have a plan for affordable housing. I have a plan for economic recovery. I have a plan for healthcare reform. I have a plan for educational reform. I have a plan for human rights and making sure that every citizen is treated equally. And
so what I'd like to do is I'd like you to just give us a little overview of your plan for human rights and the first one, which was housing, because right now housing is a big problem in Florida, as well as home insurance, as we were talking with our contributor earlier on. So if you could just give us a little, overview of what you've got in there, and then we could, of course, channel our listeners to go to your website to read more.
Okay, and so let's talk about that. And I'm going to talk about that by first kind of talking about what Congress does. Congress is in charge of making laws and controlling the budget. So that's what we do. So we can allocate funds to things. So one of the things that I think as far as housing we need to do is permanently fund the housing trust. The housing trust allows for states to get money to be able to build affordable housing. So that's one of the things that we need to do. We need to also make sure, think of a way to reimagine, and this is one of my plans, reimagining public housing, allowing public housing to be an investment of people who are living there, as opposed to just being permanent renters. So by that, I mean that imagine if public housing was allowed to be bought by the people who are living there, and how we could do that. So, and we can do that through HUD, the Housing Urban Development. And so those are two of the things that I think will immediately help housing. I think we need to allow developers to build denser, meaning that, and require them to build denser, meaning that they're not building one house on 200 acres or, one house. We need to make sure that we have, we think about things like, do we allow sprawling parking lots, or do we build upwards? Do we have electric, do we encourage electric mobility, such as high-speed rails, such as, encouraging things like walkable communities, those type of things. So that's a part of the housing plan.
I like that plan where, residents are encouraged to invest in. I like that. And, maybe on a rent to own or some kind. I like that. And that way they'll have more pride in where they live. Because if you go into communities like that, it's like, dang, I'm really big on littering. That is one of my pet peeves. And what I've noticed is that people tend to be a whole lot more, they care more when it's theirs, as opposed to when it's not. At least that's, general across the board, most and places.
That's how in our communities we build generational wealth traditionally, is home ownership. So we have to encourage affordable home ownership. And there's many things that we can do to keep housing affordable. There are many solutions to that. One of the solutions is that when you allow someone to buy an affordable house, they sign a contract that when they sell it, they will sell it at a certain cap. So that so these houses aren't just subject to the market whims of people.
You know what's one of my concerns, Natalie, is that the Democratic Party, they're not acting like if the country's on fire, and it is on fire. And I don't know what it will take for the ones that are already in there to understand that y'all moving at snail's pace and everything else is at high-speed rail pace. Right. And to me, the voters over the years have seen that, so they kind of like fall in lockstep with what's happening. So you find they don't see the urgency of what is going on, because the message that we're getting from our leaders is something totally different. So I love the plans that you have, and you are to be encouraged.
Thank you so much. And I will tell you, one of the things that we have to also talk about is term limits. So there are no term limits for these people who are in office. We have people who are 80 years old in office that have been there the majority of their lives. So after a while, I think it was Frederick Douglass who said that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So no matter what, if you've been in a place for so long, eventually you acclimate.
True.
So that's why we need new blood to be brought in. Now, and I'm not talking about, just getting rid of experienced people. I'm talking about a reasonable term limit, like 15 years would be a reasonable term limit. We have people who have been in office 40 and 50 years.
Okay, and a classic example of that is Dianne Feinstein. I understand that she's senile, but she's still in there. How can you still be holding on a job where you have to be prompted by, because this article that I read came from a good source. You know what I'm saying? She has to be prompted by her staff, who obviously knows that she's senile. Why are you still in there? Another example of that, and you don't need to agree with me, I'm just venting here, is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She had cancer multiple times. She should have stepped down and thereby allowed room for another justice to come in. Okay, right. If that had happened, then we wouldn't be leaning conservative right now. We want to expand on the courts, but the problem with that is if they expand on the courts, that gives room for the Republicans to do it too later on down the line. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just frustrated, but I love your platform.
I think most people are frustrated, so I understand your frustration. Of course, I would have liked for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's one of my heroes.
I know she
I would have liked for her to step down earlier. And I think many people would, and I think she even regretted it that she didn't, once she realized that her seat was going to be.
That made room for this woman who is not qualified to become a justice. And now Ketanji Brown, who I absolutely adore. And of course, we have to wait until he did the right thing. He stepped down so that she could step in.
Right.
I want to just ask you about your experience working on the Trayvon Martin case and the Breonna Taylor case, because you are one of Ben Crump's co-counsels. Tell us about that.
So one of my experiences that really...
Oh, and Code Red has a question too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry. He has a question now, or you want me to answer first?
No, please answer.
You answer.
Okay. One of my reasonings for running for Congress was the Trayvon Martin case. I remember during that case, we were working with politicians on the stand your ground issue. And the stand your ground issue in Florida, especially Democratic politicians on the stand your ground issue in Florida. It was the first time that I really got to see up close how inept some of our politicians are. When they have to argue against the NRA, and they're arguing against the NRA, who are bringing in white papers, facts, journals, statistics, and our advocates for Stand Your Ground were arguing their emotions and feelings when they got attacked by someone. And so I realized at that point that many of, and some, I won't say many, some of our politicians are just not equipped to make the arguments to do the job. And this is what happens, especially to Black and brown communities, is that many times we elect people who we like. We elect people who are our frat brothers, our sorority sisters, who we know in the family. And that happens in small communities, but America's at a precipice. We cannot do that anymore. Our rights are being eroded. The rights that our families, that our parents fought for are being eroded. We need lawyers. We need constitutionalists. We need people who are able to bring out statistics and facts, who are able to write policy and write legislation. We need that in office at this time. And that's one of the reasons that I'm running.
Right on. And you said something there that reminded me of what Whoopi Goldberg said one time. She said, do you support someone, or should you support someone because they're Black like you, or if they can really do the job?
Right.
And that makes so much sense.
And we've seen Clarence Thomas. He's just as Black as I am. But he is not doing the job for Black people.
No, he's not.
I'm sorry. It's not just for Black people. He's doing the job his wife tells him to do.
That and then
I
some.
agree.
And she needs to go to jail. Okay, I'm sorry. But
that's a whole conflict of interest.
Code, what's your question?
My question, I'm not too sure if you're aware of the recent incident that happened in Sanford. I believe it was earlier this week, in which a young black man, his car was destroyed by the neighborhood, and in which they claimed that he was drag racing throughout the community. It was on videotape, and we happen to know that the young man, father who lives in Sanford. Have you heard about that? And for what can people of Black and brown do to protect themselves in situations of this? What can you do? What can you bring forth to the table to help protect us, or protect our young children of color in situations of that nature?
Not only have I heard about that case, my office is actually representing that family. Because when we heard about that case, I was outraged. I was outraged that a 16-year-old boy would be attacked by a raging mob of people for allegedly racing in a neighborhood. He admits that he was racing. However, if I'm racing down I-4, I get a ticket. I don't get a brick thrown into my window while I'm moving in my car. I don't get assaulted and threatened by a raging mob that is armed with weapons. Wow. And so, we are representing that family. We're very aware of it. Mm-hmm. And we are asking that the police investigate whether or not this was a hate crime also.
Thank you.
So he's been, the two men involved were arrested. They were arrested for criminal mischief and the felony of launching a missile into a moving vehicle. Yeah. However, we're also asking that they be investigated for this hate crime.
Yeah, because those two crimes that they were arrested for, that's petty. I mean, the two crimes that they were arrested for, I mean, come on.
Right, we need to find out if this was a hate crime. There needs to be an investigation. Now, I will say that, the young man that we are representing, and I won't say his name because he's 16 years old.
Definitely.
So I won't say his name, but the young man that we are representing, he felt as though it was racial profiling and that he was discriminated against. He felt threatened. He felt as though his life was in danger. So those are the things. And how do we prevent this? One of my favorite quotes is from Martin Luther King. He said that you cannot regulate the heartless, meaning that if people are racist, if they're immoral, you can't regulate that. They have the right to be that. But we can legislate the heartless. And that's one of the things that we can do. We can pass laws like the George Floyd policing bill. We can pass laws like the anti-hate crime bill, which was passed in Georgia after the Ahmaud Arbery case. And I will tell you, this case reminded me so much of the Ahmaud Arbery case, where a group of citizens thought somebody didn't belong in their neighborhood.
You know, I'm listening to you and I'm about to put you on the spot.
Yes, please do.
I had asked you when you were at the town hall in May if you would just come on our show at least once a month and just, share some information. Because the thing about this show is we are a community-based show, but of course, we have a lot of big entertainers on and all of that. But at the heart of it, we like to give information. And I hope, you said yes back then, so I'm hoping that, it stays, because And you could pick the Saturday that you want to come on, just once a month. That's all we're asking, because we believe in educating our people. We really believe in that. And I'm really big on that, because I think we need guidance. Yeah. We need a lot of guidance. Tell us about the Breonna Taylor, because I know you represented, you were co-counsel on that one too.
Right. So I wasn't necessarily co-counsel in that case. I worked with Ben Crump on that case. Ben Crump was co-counsel with other attorneys out of Kentucky.
But one of those police officers, they didn't arrest anybody. The craziness is that officer was arrested for shooting into the adjoining apartment. Right. But it doesn't seem as if anybody actually was arrested for killing Breonna. Right. I could be wrong.
And I don't know. Once again, in these cases, we represent the civil part of these cases. There's a criminal aspect that deals with policing in America. And that's one of the things that we can address, and I can address specifically in Congress by passing things like the George Floyd Policing Act, which would disallow qualified immunity to police officers, which would develop a national database where police officers and their excessive force is kept and people can just access with transparency. Those are the things that I can do in Congress. That's why I want to go to Congress, to be able to pass these laws.
Well, you have the background. I mean, I'm looking again at your bio. I mean, you have the background, so you know what you're doing. You know, and it's really important for us to send someone who knows what they're doing, because, I mean, I'm not going to throw stones at the fella that's the incumbent right now, but honestly, I never really heard of him until we were, doing the town hall, getting ready for the town hall. So that says a lot to me. If I haven't heard about you, that means you're not moving and shaking.
So in other words, he has not made an impact.
He hasn't really made an impact. I mean, and Natalie, you don't need to say anything. I'm the one throwing it out there, but I want to hear your name. I want to hear that you've been part and parcel of putting laws together, or you're part of drafting a law towards a bill, or was a bill, the bill and the law. Yeah, put a bill together. I haven't heard any of those things. So we don't want to send someone who's just going to take up a seat. But again, looking at you got it going on.
Yeah. So when we talk about things like Breonna Taylor and stuff, let's talk about what we envision the future of policing to be.
Okay.
Because we know that in addressing the root cause of crime, we have to address opportunity and poverty too.
Okay, but let me say this. I do not agree with what they had a slang that they were saying, not a slang, that's a wrong term, to take away money from law enforcement.
Right.
Defund.
Oh, you're talking about
I don't agree with defunding. I think they should say restructure.
I agree with you. And in fact, I even like reimagining the police.
Yeah.
What does police look like in the future?
Yeah.
How does the future of policing look? And I think when we look at it from that perspective, we can look at it and say that public safety would start with addressing poverty, and policing would end with it would be the policing working hand in hand with the community, not being at war with the community.
Yes,
and
definitely.
So that's what I think that we need to really do. So when, in addressing the things that cause crime, we need to talk about long-term investment in the community, making sure that we have education equality, making sure that we have jobs, making sure that we have housing. Because so many times I think that our conversation, especially in the Black community, and since I'm on a show like this, I really want to address the Black community. Our conversation starts and ends when we're talking about politics with police reform. And that's it, the criminal justice system. Well, I've never been arrested, even though many people in my family have or whatever, but we all have the same issues. And those issues start with affordable housing, healthcare, jobs, economy, making sure that our community is involved, making sure that our community, when we have bills like the infrastructure bill that was just passed in Congress, that's going to bring trillions of dollars to the economy. When we have bills like that we get a piece of that, and that we are sitting at the table. Our businesses are being prepared to bring green energy, that we have Black people participating in corporations that can bring green energy into our communities. You know, that we have people who are getting pieces of these government contracts and improving our communities. And that's one of the things that I think that is really important. And I hate to be cliche, but nothing stops a bullet like a job.
True. I'm listening to you, and I'm also having thoughts of a law that was passed by DeSantis where he doesn't want you to make anyone feel sensitive about race or race relations in the workplace. And that makes no sense, because in order for us to have education or educating our workers and the citizens, you have to be able to go into the workplace where most people spend half or most of their day. You know, and when he made that illegal, I was like, this man is something else. You know, he is something else. He needs to go. But however, Eva Marie is saying a lot of people need educating. We appreciate you, Natalie, because we have our Facebook stream and we are on YouTube and we're also live on our website, but it's all archived on YouTube. And
Thank you, Eva Marie. One of the things that I really want to do, and that we're going to be doing, I guess, my plan is to do it next month. We're going to start just an education class on what Congress does, what you can expect from us. So, because I think that we have to know what the person we're electing, what their job is, to be able to evaluate if they're doing their job correctly. Mm-hmm. And so many of us, you know, we're missing that because many of us were older. We forgot all that in civics class, you know.
We had a show on Teleana Kanoa about 2 years ago for the last primaries or something like that. It was called Caribbean Straight Talk, where we educated people on how Congress was split, the House of Representatives, and how many people it takes for you to be represented in, right, in Congress, because people don't know all those things. No, a lot of people still don't know that the Supreme Court, I think they're probably finding that out now, a Supreme Court justice is for life. You know, people don't know these things because they're more interested in bread and butter things, not recognizing that all of that is bread and butter.
Right. And I think that's the key, is to make sure that we understand that people don't know these things because we're being kept distracted. Mm-hmm. We're being kept distracted by and worn out and tired and defeated because by the tribalism and the destruction and the chaos that is happening around us, that powerful and corrupt people are using to exploit. You know, they're exploiting these economic inequalities. They're exploiting these racial divides. They're exploiting these fears of everyday people. And so their goal is to keep us distracted, and their goal is to keep us worn out so that they can maintain power.
True. That's really what it's all about. Power and control. They ain't interested in nothing else.
And it's not a Democrat or Republican thing. That is on both sides.
It's on both sides. You're right.
They want to stay in power and they want to maintain power. We have to make sure that and people who care, and I think that most people care. I think we have to make sure that we address the unequal distribution of health care. We address mothers and children living on the street because they can't afford safe housing. We address the wealth gap and predatory lending in our communities.
And one more thing too, we have to address, you guys also have to address the fact that the Supreme Court is heading to make Roe versus Wade, okay? And what Black people don't recognize is a lot of Black women also have abortions for whatever the reason is. And once they make Roe versus Wade no longer applied law, guess what? You're in trouble.
And it's a slippery slope to birth control, to limiting birth control, to limiting health care, women's health care, to limiting other rights, because Roe versus Wade was decided on a precedent that was built up on many other civil rights cases. They used the voting rights law. They used the Civil Rights Act to really kind of sustain their ruling in Roe versus Wade, which talked about privacy and healthcare and women in their bodies. So to have this Supreme Court, and the case is called Dobbs v. Jackson, Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health Care. And this Supreme Court ruling that was leaked, because it hasn't come out yet, it was leaked by somebody who cared, a whistleblower who cared, and was like, hey, America,
wake
we're
up.
about to overturn Roe v. Wade, and we need to look out. This Supreme Court has broken what is called stare decisis. Stare decisis is a principle where justices look at previous rulings to decide their current rulings. This Supreme Court has totally ignored Roe versus Wade. If they go with this drafted opinion, they're ignoring previous justices' rulings to just say, this is what we think.
And they're making that ruling based on emotion, not on facts.
And their own personal views and feelings.
And biases.
As opposed to the law that has been, and that's what they're there to do. They're there to interpret the law, not to bring their own personal feelings and what they think into it. And so, and that's one of the dangers, you know, when we have people and politicians, when we have justices, we have politicians who want to bring their own personal views instead of looking at what the law is and why the laws are there and how they help everyone.
This has really been an interesting conversation, and we're going to have you back even before the primaries. We're going to make some room. Because the primaries is in August 23rd. Last day to vote is July 25th. We got all of that from Sandra Fatmi when she was on last week.
Sandra's awesome.
You know, so we'll bring you back before August 23rd. Bet your bottom dollar on that. In the meantime, please, y'all, go to NatalieJacksonForCongress.com, and it's NATALIE JacksonForCongress.com to donate and find out how you can help Natalie represent your interests in Congress. Miss Natalie Jackson, thank you so much for being a guest on the People's Chat Room today. And what I will do this week is I will edit this and send you clips of it so you could use it for promotional use.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you, Lyman. Thank you, People's Chat Room, for having me.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a blessed one. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. Interesting conversation, right, Code?
Yes, it is.
Interesting conversation. Let me just say hi to Mr. Anthony Wondon Albo, iTunes Radio family in the house. Hey, Wondon, you going to London too? Uh-huh. All right. That's Arrow. No, it's not Arrow, but Arrow had a song.
I had a song like that.
So, my Pearl Festival Pier, July 2nd, from 12 to 5. But guess what? It's all going down in London. One big ride, London town. Code, you going?
I would love to. I didn't get no invite.
Because
I know.
in a roundabout way, you're part of iTunes. In a roundabout way.
Nah, I don't think I can make it. When is it? August when?
July
July?
2nd.
Oh, that's in a couple of weeks.
July 2nd. So Mike heading over, Willow heading over, Tricky Finger heading over. So that's why I'm asking Wondon if you go heading over too. DJ Marquis, QT Hype, Super Nitro, Ryan Rose, DJ Lockdown, of course, Doggy Slaughter, DJ Bones, DJ iTunes, Wonder Band, Rhythm Section also will be there. And you can, I believe they probably still have tickets available. Go to Eventbrite, and it's £20. I don't know how much that is in US dollars.
It's more money than us, though.
July 2nd, dress code, hot girl, summer.
If you give me some of that, I'm gonna give you some of this. Yeah, Patrice again. give me some, I gotta give me. I will give you some of this. If you give me some, I gotta give me. I will give you some of this. If you give me some, I gotta give me.
You know how to find me, darling.
If I already know you heading to London. I already know you heading to London. Mr. Natty Ramoutar. $25, she say. What going on, my brother?
I did, my sister.
So here now, you know, you're one of the few, well, I shouldn't say, we got a lot of friends, but you're one of the few friends that I share with code that is also, you're my brother.
I appreciate that.
You understand? You understand what I just said, right? Code
No,
in a
you
roundabout kind of way?
only you understood that, but I know where
Okay.
you're going.
How to put it, boy?
That we share a common love.
We share a common love.
That's it. That was easier.
Give me some skin.
A great common love.
Yeah. We share a common love for you, Mr. Natty Ramoutar. You know.
And love you guys too.
Nah, boy, you understand? Natty and I go back from some good years, and yeah, he have a special place in my heart. But you and your wife and your family, and Ravi, you
and the food.
And the food. All right, okay.
And the food.
Yo, oh God.
You have no shame.
Oh my God.
You
I have no shame. I have no shame.
No,
when it comes to the belly, there is no shame.
That's So Natty, I know that you are represented as of maybe earlier this year by Weeting Radio, Mr. Alan Gopi.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I want to make he's your manager.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, he's my man.
How long now did that alliance take place? Because I don't know exactly.
Well, we are approaching 1 year strong.
Nice.
1 year strong, and I have to say I should have done this a very long time ago, but I'm a very particular kind of guy, and I like things a certain way, and it was my fault that I did not do this sooner.
But you know what? I could understand because most artists don't realize that they need representation and they shouldn't be representing themselves.
Right. And beside not only representation, Alan has been a brother of mine for a very, very long time. I've supported Alan in many, many things that he has done in the past, whether it be community services or whatever it is. And like I said, I should have done this a very long time ago, and it was a good choice, but nothing happens before it's time.
Glad you said
I
that.
trust and believe in God in everything that I do, and nothing happens before it's time, and it is time.
This is my segue to give Alan's number, which is 954-557-5495. So if you want to hire Mr. Natty Ramoutar, and I think I have to make a call sometime this week. There's something that's bubbling that I'm not going to say over the air just yet. But, you were the first one that popped into my mind because of the love and respect we have for not just for you, but your craft. Okay?
Thank you very much.
And again, if you all want to hire Natty Ramoutar, please give Alan Gopi a call at 954-557-5495. And when I edit, I will put that in there, okay? So what is Dawn Entertainment? Where's all of that? I know there's
branding.
Dawn is my company, my rebranding, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
DON stands for D Original Natty.
I like that.
There's no other. There's no other. There will be no other. And there's only one.
Well,
Natty.
That makes me feel like I need to ask this question. Did somebody try to perpetrate and say they were the Natty?
The other Natty?
The other Natty?
The other. And if I see anybody else with D-O-N, I say, you're the other Natty, not the original.
The other.
That fits. So let's talk new music. So wait. No, we ain't gonna talk new music yet.
All right.
Let's go back.
Ooh.
And I know you got his stuff lined up there. Let's go back and then come forward to new music. The party start.
Party start.
That one. How far we went back there?
That was what, 17? And I can go back a little further too.
Oh, but here now, before you go back further, wherever you want to go, we're going with you.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this question. It's popped into my head and educate me a bit. Before Chutney Soca, what genre of music were you singing? Was it strictly classical Indian or anything? Help me.
So, like, I had to tell somebody today, I started off singing film songs because I did song system with my uncle, and he was he had that nice baritone voice, and he would sing like a really bassy, sweet Indian tone. And I heard him singing that, and I went home and I tell my mom, Uncle Dilip is sing real good. And then she gave me the rundown about Uncle Dilip. And then I started singing a song because I always heard him singing it. When we tested the mic, he's singing it, and I started singing it, and my mom ran in the room. And she ran in the room, and I know my mother is licks. Is it a licks? I do something wrong? Something wrong?
So it wasn't a waddle.
Something is about to go wrong. So I said, wait. And she said, no. You're singing that song, and I hear you singing it. If I write it for you, you go, would you sing it? Nice? And I say, well, yeah. And she wrote the song out, which was Musafir Huyaro. It's a Kishore Kumar song. It's an old Indian song. Musafir Huyaro. And I started singing that. But beside that, I had another uncle that used to sing rap. And he would freestyle and rap and stuff like that. And I would hear him singing, when they playing Someone Love You, Honey, he would come on, me say love, man style. And I started off with that. I started rapping and singing and doing that. And the two kind of, it combined, it stuck with me. And in 1996, when I moved to New York, my uncle David Ramoutar, great singer, I started being the backup singer for him. And every time he sang, I would harmonize. I was not singing. I took part in competition like Children of Mastana in Trinidad in 1995, 96. And was only film songs. But I still had that vibe, that rapping and so forth in me. And when my uncle would sing the Someone Love You, Honey, or my aunt Teresa Ramoutar would sing the Someone Love You, Honey, boy, I would jump on the mic and they sing, Adisa man style. And I would jump off with that, and then they realized, well, hey, I had something. And then my uncle Gerald Rampasad, rest his soul, great saxophone player, great musician, awesome musician, I would say. And he was so past his time in music. He played for Super Blue. He was the musical director for Super Blue. And he was playing, this girl named Basmati, but he was playing Parapap on his electric sax. And I heard it. And I sang that song for 6 months. until I was comfortable, because I was always a kind of shy guy in the back. I would stay in the back and not be the frontline guy. Not be the frontline guy. And I'd given everybody a quick rundown because you asked the question. And I came from a natural, well-rounded family.
I was just about to say that you had a good training ground.
Yeah, when they started off in music in the 80s, it was Naya Fasana band. My dad was the drummer. He passed away a very long time ago. He was the drummer for the band, and my mom was the singer. And then they formed a rock band as well called Fuzz Rock.
Fuzz Rock. Okay.
So the musical genius behind all of that was my grandfather, and he pushed our family to be where we are today. I have some awesome, talented family. I am talking about not just myself, but I have some not nephews, but I have some cousins that are super talented, very, very talented, more than me. Believe me when I tell you that. Read, write music.
More talented than you.
Very much.
Well, I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that because you bad. Yes. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things about you that I mean, cold like your food and all of that. But there's stuff about you that I can't put it into words. But I think when you're just special. You're special. You know, and I say that with love. You're special. So what we going with the music?
Well, we're gonna go.
We're going further than that.
We're gonna go further than that.
Further? All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Let's go. When I see them body move, it making me feel so nice. Whoa. When I see them body move, I want to get loose and hold on tight. When I see them body move,
wait. Wheel. That's Natty?
All him.
Okay, all right, let it go.
Yeah. Let's go. When I see them body move, it making me feel so nice. Whoa. When I see them body move, I want to get loose and hold on tight. When I see them body move, they're doing it just right. When I see them go, take your time. You'll push him up on me and free up your mind. The way how you moving, it complete my night.
Yeah, watch him.
I'm like, I like that.
Watch him.
And that is a track that never really got pushed the way it should have gotten
that
pushed.
shit bad.
Like we are taking things now, you know. But
wow,
yeah,
I like that.
I heard the rhythm and the melody just started flowing, you know.
So, do you write your own music, your own songs?
I wrote that. Yes.
Good job on that one.
Most of my stuff I write myself.
Okay, all right. That was a surprise. I really like that one.
Yes.
Okay. We got again.
Well,
we remember we ain't going with new music just yet.
Not yet. But you know me.
That's actually new.
This is the new one.
It's just a little love story.
You see?
No, this is not the new one.
No.
That's
Go ahead.
8 months ago.
8 months ago. Let go now. Okay, so I'm loving this, and it prompted another question. It's a statement and then a question. Oh, I don't know which one is going to come first. What amazes me, because of course in the Caribbean, particularly in Trinidad and Tobago, we have the Indians, we have the Negroes, we have Hindu, Muslim, and then we have the African. What amazes me is that when you guys sing not just Chutney, you incorporate your language in there. You see where I'm coming from?
Correct.
And I would like to see the Black artists do something similar. You know what I mean? Because it says to me that you remember how you were raised.
Right.
You remember your culture, that part of the culture, and I just, I'm sorry.
It's a culture.
I just had to go there.
It is a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that is very too in depth to get into.
Mm-hmm.
What you just brought up is
I know, and it's conversations. It's conversations that we need to have, and we just started a little bit of it because it's conversations that we need to have.
Now we are having like some of the Afro beats and the Afro stuff that is coming out, and it is getting more popular, more popular with the time that we are in right now.
Okay, but I still listening to the song and I'll say let it go.
No, I finished.
I like it.
I ain't finished with it.
This is just a little love story for you and me and he and she. This is just a little love story. Come let me sing, you will see. मेरी तकदीर का आईना तुझसे ही है मेरी हमसफर रब से है ये गुजारिश मेरी तुझको लग जाए मेरी उम्र.
Okay. Natty, singing, it's a technique. I can't do it, boy. I tried. I can't.
You could sing.
No.
People.
No. When you guys sing, when I say you guys, I'm talking about with the Indian culture. It's a technique, a singing technique that you have. That takes a certain amount of training from somebody who know what they're doing, and nobody has ever really said, "Okay, Lyma, let me show you how to do it." But I listen and I'm like, I'm listening to this song, which I'm hearing Afro beats in there, a combination of Afro beat as well as the what you call that Indian instrument, the
tabla.
I like it. This was 8 months ago.
I would say yes, July. Well, almost a year, boy.
How did it do? How did it?
So we
what
released
was the
this
response?
in August, I believe. In August. Being that we rebranded and we came out with this song. This song is a very, very particular, touching to my heart song, and the opening or the beginning of NATTY RAMOUTAR and Dawn Entertainment. This song came to me from a very good friend and a brother, Varun Mutur, who said, "Hey, my daughter, she sings this song a lot. I think moving forward, we should do this, but let's do it a different way." Because this song is like 85 BPM, and it's a really sad song. The meaning of this song, if you look at the video, it's a very touching, meaningful song. If you hear the English part where I am saying, "I love you, baby, and if you leave, this love will hurt me," it really was pertaining to my daughter at the time, and also to my brother who passed away last year. It's going to make 1 year he passed away. I was actually in the hospital when I got this song, and my friend said, for what's going on right now and the time that's going on right now, things that are going on in your life right now, this song is perfect. It's perfect for the rebranding. It's perfect for getting out there and reaching out to the people. But we're gonna do it a different way. We're gonna do it NATTY RAMOUTAR way, Natty style, and we came out with this.
And how did it do as far as what it was geared towards?
It didn't take the way how I would have liked it to. Our expectation is more than what we perceive in the world, but it was my start. It was rebranding. It was moving forward, and it was a good start. To me and my team, it was a very, very good start.
Well, because I like the song.
It was actually my first ever video.
Really?
Now the video is a little sketchy here and there. We have our doubts and our disbelief in a lot of things that could have worked and could not have worked, and so forth and so on. But we are here today. We move forward, and we are continuing to move forward, bigger and better.
Well, I like it. I really do. You're looking for the video, aren't you?
Thank you.
I was supposed to do that from earlier.
So I would like you to go back on one more song, and then we could fast forward to the new song, The Party Start. The party start already. So come on, everybody. I just want to have. Oh, yes, it's sticking my head.
All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do. Let's see how good I am.
You're red one, man. Yo, 2012.
Girl, I can't wait to get some of your loving. Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Girl, I can't wait to get some of your loving. Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Girl, you have me by the gate. What you doing so late? Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Girl, I can't wait to get some of your loving. Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Well, you don't know. It's your original Natty. Maha Studio, baby. Girl, you have me on my feet from the moment that we meet. Look, I losing sleep. Why you have to be so sweet? Girl, my mind is not at ease because you is at ease. But my heart at ease, darling. Tell me, please. Girl, I can't wait to get some of your loving. Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Girl, I can't wait to get some of your loving. Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Girl, you have me by the gate. What you doing so late? Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Girl, I can't wait to get some of your loving. Can't wait, look how long I'm waiting. Why you got me waiting, baby?
So I like that one too.
If I tell you that was a true story, you're going to say,
I'm gonna say you're full of it. Seriously? Was that true story?
true story. Very true.
Well, that's the thing
You
with
know
with singers
you know
and
it is, don't it?
songwriters. You know, you take your experiences and you put it. You know, you
put the music.
You put it in the music. You know.
Wow. You know, ladies just forget about the guys, you know, we just be waiting.
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's nice to make all your wait. Okay. By the way, happy Father's Day.
Same to you.
Happy Father's
Yes,
Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Okay, so I think it's time to bring it forward to the new song.
You think so, right?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
The new song, we're going to bring it forward.
No, you said something else about that big song?
Well, of course it's a big song. Of course. Yeah.
All right, the big tune. The big tune.
And we are getting the video. Nice. Yeah, you like the bloopers. That is what happened.
Well, that's the
I like a child over here with a piece of candy. I'm watching all up in the video.
Look at editing, boy. Real editing.
Well, excuse me. I like it. All right.
The party starts already, so call everybody. I live in my life happy, I don't have no worries. It's from until the morning come. I just wanna have some fun until the morning come. I just wanna have some fun. The party starts already. Just call everybody. I live in my life happy. I don't have no worries. It's rum until the morning come. I just wanna have some fun
on the release. We released this song a month ago, lineup because Code was there. We tried to get some video shots from Ravi's wedding.
Yes.
To actually incorporate
into the
video, and we did not get the shots that we wanted. I really wanted that to be highlighted in there too, because it doesn't matter what party it is. If you look at the video, you could see a businessman by himself sitting, having a drink, whether it's a glass of wine, whether it's what you have. Having a drink doesn't mean that something is wrong, you're alcoholic, anything. This song does not pertain to alcohol. It is saying, take a drink, have a good time. Whether you do drink or not, it's up to you. Your choice is your choice. You have to have some sort of happiness in your life. Sometimes we need to take a break, a breather, regroup, and then reassess and move forward. That is life on the whole, right?
True.
And this song, if you listen to this song very carefully, it is saying to call your friend, call your family, let's have a drink, take a drink, or just enjoy yourself. The most part of this song is enjoying yourself. No more stress, no more worries. Live your life today. That's what we need to do.
That's what we need to do.
The lyric speaks for the whole entire song. Whether you're thinking it's our next rum song. No. It is not. It is not. If you listen, people don't pay attention to lyrics. And I could go back from the 90s and think we're hearing Michael Jackson singing Mama Say, Mama Say. People don't listen to them lyrics. If we listen to old dubs, you will be like, what are they saying in them dubs? No. Old dubs. I just listen to old dubs and you would hear, wait, nah, that is what he said. You understand? So people don't really listen to the lyrics much because they're in the party vibes, they're in the party mood. Let me take a drink, let me line. But the lyrics are in there, it's embedded into the song, the beat, the music, to make you move your feet and have a good time. At the same
that's
time,
what it comes down to.
Message, a positive message. It's not just about taking a drink or alcohol on the whole.
Which is because typically, or I should say historically, that's that's what people look for or think when they listen to anything that's chutney or soca. They kind of tell themselves, okay, it's all about drinking rum, wine, and carrying on.
It has a stigmatism to it.
But with regards to this song, that's not what it's about. But I gotta ask you, how has the song been received, and how is it doing?
Wow. This song has been climbing the charts. We are over 18,000 in views in YouTube, and we are climbing. This song is being received very well. The video as well is being received very well. Not just the bloopers, but the girls in there, and myself.
Crazy.
People don't understand how much I love this man.
Let me just tell people live here right now. I'm a fool.
A good fool.
He's a good fool. He's a good fool. He happy. Natty happy.
You have to be happy. You have to enjoy yourself. You have to enjoy everything in this world. We only here for one reason, to live your life.
Pass this way once.
To pay bills.
We only pass this way once. True.
No.
My mother always used to say, you don't see hard work in a coffin. Similarly, you don't see hard work and bills in a coffin.
You don't see hard work in a coffin.
So I go hear that in a song then.
when I giving my regular speeches and stuff like that, you might hear that.
Okay, and just remember where you heard it and give me the credit. Well, actually, it's not me, my mom.
No. No, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
For Mama Dunbar.
Yeah.
Not your regular speech, your acceptance speech.
Oh,
for whatever award and each award going forward.
Okay, so I switching gears now. You ever took part in Chutney Soca?
Yes, in 2012. I believe that song that we did, Can't Wait. And then I did Look How She Leave Me in Chutney Soca Monarch. And before that, I placed 13th twice in Chutney Soca Monarch. That is in 2001 and 2002. I had some songs in there, Dakaraja, Nadale Dakaraja, and I did Chutney Soca, Hit Me or some Chutney Soca something. It's been a long time.
I ain't trying to start nothing, but do you feel that with regards to even Chutney Soca, that the big names should pull out the same way in was it Groovy Soca or whatever thing they have in Trinidad, how the big names have pulled out and they've kind of like, in a sense, made way for the unknowns? Do you think that something similar should be happening with Chutney Soca?
Well, I'll correct you there with you saying unknown, because everyone is known, right?
True.
The younger artists.
Yeah, the younger, the younger
artists. So the younger artists upcoming and doing their thing, hats off to them. And maybe if you win 3-4 times,
you don't need to come back. Yeah, you're right.
Take a little break, give everybody a chance, because now people don't see this, right? And speaking from a business point of view here, if you are going into the competition, it doesn't matter which competition it is, you have to spend money.
True.
To win, you have to spend money.
True.
And props, costumes, dancers, everything costs money. You will pay for a lights man, you'll pay for a videography man. Everything costs money, and the younger artists don't have that money. So every time a bigger artist go in, you will see the bigger production behind that artist. It's because they have the money. They've been making this money lie up until they paved the way. They sacrificed that and they did what they had to do to go in there and win. They will have the money to back themselves. They will have the bigger sponsors to back them, and
it's true.
You would find a younger artist going in and you will have a few dancers, a few, moko jumbies, a few costumes, a few this and that, and they may not win.
They don't have
but
the
it
visual.
hurts that younger artist pocket. It does. Because although I am a seasonal artist, I don't have the money to put forward. I am now branding, rebranding, and speaking from experience, rebranding myself and getting that sponsorship, getting things moving forward. I per se would not go into a competition. I would go to judge because I know where my musical skills lie, my brain, my everything when it comes to music. I would not go to take part in a competition unless my team decides, Natty, this is what we are attacking, this is how we going, this is how we focusing. Now, a lot of other artists, younger artists, don't have that. They don't have a team, they don't have a backing. But I always preach and I always encourage artists. If you are the product, you have to spend your money to promote your product. You have to push and promote your product the way it's supposed to be promoted, like Pepsi, whatever a product is. We are a product. People don't understand that artists are a product. If you continue pushing yourself, pushing your brand, people are going to see, they're going to look, they're going to focus, and they're going to say, hey, you understand? They're going to watch. So as an artist, you are a product. You are giving the people something that they need to accept, or they do not accept.
So, we're getting ready to get out of here. But before we let you go, you've been on the show before, but this is the first time I'm gonna be honest with you. You had the time to spend with us and have a really good conversation. So that's me indirectly throwing you under the bus, but in a good way, because this conversation was a damn good conversation, right, Cole?
It was overdue.
Yeah.
It was overdue to introduce the world to you properly, correctly, in all your glory, in all your humbleness, in all your talent. And I'm glad we have that opportunity and this platform for that.
And before we leave, we're gonna probably leave on your song. But you're welcome to come by anytime, not necessarily to come into the studio, but just come on a Zoom call with us and we just, share your music. You let me tell you, you got it where some other people don't have it. You could call him, you could call me.
I was supposed to be with you guys today, and
Yeah, I know.
I got here 1:09. I'm flying at shower and I'm coming at sit down because time is a very precious thing, and I have to say thank you for your time, both of you. The time that you guys spent with me on this platform, iTunes Radio, and the People's Chat Room. Thank you very much, Code Red. Thank you, Lyma. Thank you to all the people who are locked on right now, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are in the world right now. I don't know who you are, but I always pray for you. Trust and believe me.
Thank you.
And time is very, very important. It's better than money.
It is.
And
It's
for
true.
you guys to give me the time, I appreciate it.
Natty, you are most welcome. I gotta let you know that the show will be heard and rebroadcast this evening on Soca Passion TX from 6 to 8 p.m. and tomorrow on islandbeatradio.net from 12:30 to 2:30. And it's right now live on YouTube where we archive all our shows. So if anybody missed it, just go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We like you to subscribe. And just check out the show and listen to Natty and some of the music that we played today from his repertoire, I should say. His treasure chest.
So before we go, let me just say thank you to you guys for again having me and being part of the show today. And thank you very, very much to my entire team, my Dawn Entertainment team, for believing in me, continued support, and getting the music out there to the people, to Alan Gopi, Christina Barrett, Amoroso, Mr. R2, my brother R2, I might forget, Devin, GD Vibes Nanla, thank you very much. Him and I sit down the night of Kula Fete for hours, and we edited this video. And we decided we wasn't going to know Carnival Fete until the next day, but we did our thing. Hats off to Devin, very hard working in the video when it comes to Natty Ramoutar. When you see the flyers, the pictures, the posters, the video, Devin is the man behind everything. So big up GT Vibes. And a shameless plug right now, tonight, I am inside Gemini Affair with
What that is?
GT Vibes birthday bash.
Okay.
But not birthday bash, birthday affair this afternoon at Gabby's Banquet event
Claremont.
facility, 699 US 27 Claremont. Shameless plug.
Shameless indeed. That's all right. That's what we're here for.
That's okay. We
no
just do it all the
problem.
time, and it's you, Natty, so you're welcome. You don't realize the clout you're having now. But anyhow, you go figure it out. Alan Gopi is his manager.
I already messaged you.
Oh God, you had to bring that.
I messaged you.
I didn't see it until the next.
But Lyma, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If people don't believe in you, I believe in you.
Thank you, Natty. And if you all want to hire Natty, Mr. Alan Gopi at 954-557-5495, part of the Wheating Radio. Dawn Entertainment is part of Wheating, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he's got other artists that he manages too, and somewhere along the line you'll start seeing some of them come on to the People's Chat Room. But in the meantime, it's all about you, Mr. Natty Ramoutar. And y'all remember, head to Gabby's tonight to check him out, and that's in Claremont. We gotta go, and we want you to have a blessed weekend. You know, one of these days you have to invite me over for some food, but I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I come in too.
I'm begging.
I come in too.
Who said anything about you?
No, don't worry.
What? And you're not, you take care.
Take care, everyone locked on. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah,
Happy Father's Day, brother. All the best.
Thank you. Well, that was for him.
Thank you guys for having me again.
You're welcome, honey. You take care. Tell your wife I said hi. Y'all have a blessed weekend.
All right. Take care.
Take care. A fantastic show today. We just finished our interview with Mr. Natty Ramoutar. You're hearing his song in the background. The party started already. Before that, we had Miss Natalie Jackson, attorney Natalie Jackson. congressional candidate for District 10, a fantastic black excellence. What can I say? And then, of course, our contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso. We gotta go. We'll see you guys on the air next week, Saturday, where our guest will be Chucky. One love. Bye, Natty.
So call everybody. I live in my life happy. I don't have no worries. It's wrong until the morning come. I just wanna have some fun until the morning come. I just wanna have some fun. The party starts already. Just call everybody. I live in my life happy. I don't have no worries. It's wrong until the morning come. I just wanna have some fun until the morning comes.
Miss Susan Hunt, thank you for checking us out today on Facebook live stream. That's my homie from San Fernando. Have a blessed weekend, y'all.
Until the morning comes. Until the morning. Until the morning. Until the morning comes. I just wanna have some fun until the morning comes.
Have a good night.